Good afternoon. Welcome to Smart Technologies Creating Interactive Lesson Activities. I'm Judy Marshall and I'm your presenter this afternoon. The objective for the day, or the afternoon I should say, is to create hide and reveal activities. We are going to do that using 3 different techniques. The first technique is a move to reveal. The second technique is order to reveal. And the third technique is erase to reveal. Let's get started. I'm going to advance the slide each time by pressing on the left-hand top corner of my Smart Notebook toolbar. If you'd like to follow along your beginner manual, you can turn to page 41. I use the activities that I'm about to show you in my classroom all the time. I use them in my math class to hide answers to questions that I put on the board that I want my students to do, so I can check to see if they understand what they're doing. And when they're finished doing their questions on their paper, we slowly reveal the answers. Sometimes if we have multi-step problems, if we don't, we would just ask someone to come up and reveal the answer using the 3 techniques that I'm going to show you. The first technique is a move to reveal activity. So I need a question and I need an answer. I need to cover up my answer with an object. Today my object is going to be a rectangle. So I'm going up into my Smart Notebook toolbar. I'm going to go to the Tools section. I'm going to select my Shape Tools, and I'm going to click on Rectangle. I'm going to draw a rectangle around my answer. I like to draw mine a little bit bigger than my answer, so I have a little bit of room to work with. Now, as you can see, I have the rectangle there, but you can still see my answer. So I need to do something else to that rectangle in order to make it opaque. So I'm going to click on the line to select my rectangle. I'm going to click on the drop-down menu bar on the arrow. I'm going to choose Properties in this case. I want to fill my rectangle with color, so I'm going to choose a solid color, fill. And I don't want blue, so I'm going to choose purple to go with my squid. Now when I click anywhere on my board, you can see that the Properties sidebar disappears. You can see that I have my rectangle filled in with color, and now I've hidden my answer. Unfortunately, that's not quite enough. I need to make sure that the students do not move my answer, so I'm going to once again click on it, select it. I'm going to click on the drop-down menu. I want to lock this answer in place. Now, I need to put some kind of instructions onto my rectangle in order for my students to realize that I want them to move it, not write on it. I'm going to click on my toolbar. I'm going to click on my pen tray to get up my keyboard. And it doesn't appear like it's going to come, so let's click it again. I want to write, and once again I seem to be getting a number keypad. So let's try it one more time and see if we can get a regular keyboard. We're not going to get anything by the looks of things, so let's try a different technique. Let's write with our pen, move to reveal, and I have to write from the left with my left hand. And then we're going to click on this. We're going to click on the drop-down menu, and we want it to recognize move to reveal. That worked for us. We're going to grab the handle in the corner to resize this, because that's a little too large yet. Then we're going to move this, whoops, up in place. And you can see that it's not quite the right color. I have a color problem now because I have 2 dark colors, one on top of the other one. So I need to, once again, click on my writing. This time, instead of going to my drop-down menu, I'm going to go up into my Smart Notebook toolbar. I'm going to go to the color palette that you see in the contextual toolbar, and I'm going to choose white. And as you can see, my writing is now white, which is what I wanted, and it's much easier to see. I need to make sure that these 2 objects move together. So now I need to select both of them using the marquee select this time. Click on my drop-down menu. This time I want to group, so I'm going to click grouping, and we'll group them, and they do move as one. I need to do one more thing to this rectangle before I'm finished because I don't want the students to be able to remove it from the board. So I'm going to click on that drop-down menu. I still have it selected. I need to choose locking, and this time I want to lock and allow to move. And so as you can see, we have created a move to reveal activity. Our students cannot alter it, and I can also use an object from the Gallery Essentials if I wish. You see I have a giant squid on the page. I could use my giant squid to cover up my answer and have a move to reveal activity exactly the same as I had with the rectangle, and I could just possibly type in here, move the squid to reveal the answer, and the student would do exactly the same thing. Once again, I would have to make sure that I took my squid and I would lock it, but I would allow it to move. And then we have the same kind of idea, but with a little bit different twist. The second technique I want to show you is order to reveal. Now, when we're ordering on the smart board, everything that we put on first goes to the back. So my writing, my answer to my question, how long is a giraffe's tongue, is on the back. Now, in order for me to order to reveal, I want to create something that's going to slip in behind that, and it's going to reveal the answer. Now, obviously, I don't need to do that right now because I have ink a different color than my page. So I also need to change the color of my ink to the same color as the background on my page so that you can't see it. Let's begin by creating an object that we're going to slip down behind. So I'm going up into my Smart Notebook toolbar. I'm going to go over to the Tools section. I'm going to click on the Shapes icon. Once again, I'm going to choose a rectangle because that's the best shape for what I want to do at the moment. And so I have created a rectangle. Now I need to make sure I touch my Select button. I want to select that rectangle because I now need to color it. And so I'm going to, instead of going to my drop-down menu, I'm going up into my color palette up here. I can choose the fill color and a line color in this case, so I'm going to choose something that goes with my giraffe to make my page look nice. And there I have my rectangle. Now as you can see, the rectangle is on top of my writing, my typing, my answer. I don't want it there. I want it in behind. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color of my writing, and I'm going to change, I'm going to lock it in place. So first of all, I want it the same color as my background, so that's blue. I'm finished with that, so I'm going to click on the page. I'm going to click where my writing was. I am going to lock it in place because I don't want it to move when the students are interacting with it. Now, it's still not working because you see I haven't sent this rectangle to the back of my page. So I'm going to click on my rectangle, click on my drop-down menu, click on locking, and I'm going to allow to move, and then, oops, I can't do that yet, I forgot. I need to first order it and then lock it. So here we go, let's do it in the right order. So we're going to send it to the back, then we're going to click on it again, then we're going to lock it and allow it to move because we don't want the students to change it. And here we go. There we have our answer revealed. Now again, I can go to the Gallery Essentials. I can get an object that has something to do with my question that is relevant. And I can order it in exactly the same fashion that I ordered my rectangle and create the same order to reveal activity. So that's just another little trick to create an order to reveal. Now our last one is erase to reveal. So this time, the only thing I can really erase on my board is when I write on it. So I'm going to use the fact that I can write on my board and erase it to cover up that 5. So let's erase this blue writing. Let's go up into our Smart Notebook toolbar. This time, let's click on the Pens tool. It doesn't matter what pen I choose because I'm going to alter it by changing its color. I need to choose the same color as my background because you see I want to write over top of that 5 and make it disappear. So I need a white pen. I don't want to have to write for too long over top of that or scribble over top of it, so I'm going to choose a fairly large pen style. And as you can see, I chose the largest, so now I'm just going to carefully color over that. Click on my select tool, and now I can say Adir sleeps how many minutes a day? And it says up in this corner, erase to reveal. So my students will come up and pick up the eraser from the pen tool tray, and they will erase and get the answer. And so let's recap. We did 3 techniques today to create interactive activities. We did a move to reveal, so let's take this box back up here, and here is our move to reveal. Move it out of the way. The second technique I showed you was order to reveal, so I'm going to slip this red rectangle down behind my white. Writing is white, so you couldn't see it until I slip that in there. It's a good idea in some cases to put a little rectangle around your writing so you know approximately where it is on your page. That just helps, and it makes the activity look a little bit cooler. And we already did this one, erase to reveal, so we would pick up our pen, our eraser and the pen tray, and we would just erase the ink that we had placed over top using our pens. So I hope that was interesting for you and informative. Thank you very much.